George, if you want to
Yeah,
do
we are.
the Facebooks, I will do
Yeah.
the front page.
I'll do the Facebooks.
Thank you.
Well, my notification said we were live first, McNulty.
Oh well. Well, excuse me for because my West Coast delay, folks.
Well, you do live on the left coast. We're not going to hold that.
I know.
All right, hitting save right now. I just got notifications. Crawl Space is live also.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, 5 viewers.
Hey, we got 5 people.
How are you? You guys ready for some spider news?
On my end, but
Oh, I just blinked. It hit 7 now. Okay, let me go to the actual YouTube.
I love how on the we're live on YouTube. It's the close up of me with the hat on.
yeah.
Which one? I missed it.
On the Facebook, the
Oh, is it?
is
That image tends to change.
It does. It changes.
Yeah. Josh, what's up? Portisec, Michael Reed. Going on, guys? And Joey, salutations to you too, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull up my rundown.
Yep.
Where is it?
yeah. Where is the rundown, Douglas?
On the front page? I mean, on the message
On
board?
the admin
On
side.
the message board, yeah.
Yeah,
I put it on the. Oh, it must be in the admin one.
it is in the admin one.
It is in
Yeah.
the admin one. Yeah.
My bad. Hold up. There it is.
We still use that admin forum
Yeah,
because JR's alumni won't have Facebook.
that's what.
Yeah.
That is how we use the admin.
He's
JR used to have a
old school in
Facebook.
every sense of the word.
You missed so much by not having the behind the scenes Facebook page, JR.
No,
You missed so much. No, I'm just kidding.
By
Okay.
the way,
Yeah.
because I know, George is excited about certain parts of Infinity War. I got the
Oh no. Well, you got Wanda and Vision. He loves those two characters.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, hang on. I wasn't looking. Hang on. Let me look.
I think
Oh,
they've
yeah.
done Wanda and Vision good in the movies. What do you think, George?
Yeah, they've done great with Wanda and Vision. They've done great with like half the characters I like. The other half they're apparently shitting all over.
Like who? Spider-Man and what else?
Spider-Man. I'm real nervous about what they're actually going to do with Captain Marvel now. I'm going to be honest with you.
What about
Oh, yeah.
What about Ant? I think I remember you didn't like Ant-Man being old. Like the
I don't like
solid-
Ant-Man
like
being Scott Lang.
Yeah, you wanted
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym.
If they could have had Paul Rudd as Hank Pym, no problem. Bam. Any problem I have with that, absolutely gone. And same
Well-
thing if,
well,
if,
well,
if,
you
if
know-
Evangeline Lilly was Jan, same thing.
Well, you know who's Jan is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, suck. Stupid.
All right then. All
That's
right.
another Feige miscue.
Ashley, I'm going to start with you off the bat. Is that cool about the video game?
Yes.
That cool? All right. She's doing a dance. That would be either that or we're back to charades. Your mic is broken.
To learn sign language. Might as
No.
well.
Yeah.
These boys have been giving me sign language long before you got here.
Usually involving one finger.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Mhm.
one-sided communication.
One
Okay.
The shorthand.
Exactly.
finger.
Like a man.
Shorthand, long-
Yeah,
it's-
exactly. It's
it-
one-sided communication.
One finger.
Okay. Let's see. Why am I okay? There. Let me mute.
Sorry, Brad. I didn't mean to have that come through.
It's all good. Okay.
Can't hate Paul Rudd.
Coming down in 3, 2. Hey, Crawl Spacers, welcome to our Spider News for the month of April. Let's introduce the panel. What's going on, JR?
Oh well, boy, long time since that last show. Glad to be back after all this time.
All right.
Miss
Mike,
seeing y'all.
Mike, what's up, sir?
Well, happy to be here again, and ready for some, interesting news, especially about some of JR segments that are coming up.
JR, did you take a shot before this?
JR has some weird topics on this news show.
Of course he did.
What would this
else is
news
new?
show be without weird stuff? And JR and
Don't get the expectations up, please. They
I
may
know.
be
Zach, what's up, sir?
Oh man, it is April. We're
Yeah.
we're hopefully gonna see freaking rain in my neck of the woods.
We're getting snow up in Missouri today.
yeah.
I just looked out on my back deck. I got snow out there.
Mother Nature is hormonal.
My
World ending.
my goal is for the snow to kill all my weeds in the front yard, so I don't have to mow till May. Josh
Ooh,
Nelson wants to
lazy.
know on YouTube, are we getting another Flower Spider-Man? Flower Spider-Man 2.0, JR. They want it. They demand it.
No. I mean, you don't go back to a good thing. You don't tell a good joke twice.
There you go. What's going on, George? How are you, sir? You're drinking some coffee, I see.
Yeah. Who all here drinks coffee? Jr. Ashley, do you drink coffee?
I do.
I have a French press.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who actually
I'm
brews
involved.
who actually brews their coffee like a damn man?
I brew coffee. A French press is a method of brewing. I grind everything fresh. Don't you dare come at me about my coffee.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
I didn't come after you about your coffee. I
grinder.
just said who brews theirs like a damn man. That's what I said.
I
I was thinking about those little damn
Who
give
cares
up
about-
K-cups thing, not your French press. I respect your French press.
Okay.
You mean the guys who actually grind the beans themselves?
okay,
Is that what
okay.
you're saying?
Last
Dude, I get into it, man. I don't just like
Hey,
Yeah,
do not
yeah, no.
insult the K cup. Okay.
that explains so much about you. That explains so much about you.
Is that
Sometimes
clone?
You can only get
Clone cup?
no. Sometimes you only get you can only get one cup of coffee out. You only got time to drink one cup of coffee a day. You don't want to waste an entire pot.
Wake up earlier, jackass.
But you can drink. But if you have extra cups of coffee the whole day, you can drink more of it later on.
Gosh. Welcome to the coffee jerk. Okay. The coffee crawl space, says Hornacek. Enigma on YouTube wants to know, George and Ashley, cream, sugar, or black?
Black is my soul.
Black with a little bit of Splenda for me.
Blenda.
I've got to have cream in mine.
I'll straight say it. No, I have to have stuff in it. No, I can't.
Mhm.
Again, not surprising.
I don't drink coffee. JR, do you?
Oh yeah.
You do? What do you like in it?
How the F can you stand drinking it like that? Enigma says.
Well, I actually have a little story. My first experience drinking coffee was out in Key West with my dad, and I got a cup of black coffee and a fresh slice of key lime pie, and that was like the perfect pairing. So
Oh,
I've had my coffee black ever since.
Heck, out in Key West, what are you running dope out of Honduras? What is that?
We were having a nice father-daughter vacation, exploring the Keys.
Every time I hear Key West, I think of like Jimmy Buffett trying to
It is a place
smuggle
of
dope on a
hope.
French plane or something.
They have
Ashley and George are like sparking. They're like fighting already.
We're not fighting. This is not fighting.
It's called a little argument.
Ashley, I'm sorry.
Between
What-
friends.
I didn't even introduce Ashley yet. Hello, Ashley.
About to be on federal wanted posters all across Florida.
We are actually leading with Ashley for news. You are a big Insomniac game fan.
Yes.
Well, I learned. Tell me about this. What was your first Insomniac game that you played that you
Fire
liked?
the Dragon.
Oh, I haven't played that one. What's that about?
It's just a 3D, I guess, platformer. Would you call it? Kind of, yeah, it's a platforming game.
Okay.
It's like a lot like Crash Bandicoot,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
they're actually
I
later.
only played
September,
that in Uncharted
remastered
4.
the entire trilogy.
Ah.
That's exciting.
So the reason we're talking about Insomniac is they're producing this Spider-Man game for PS4, and there was a lot of news released about this game. So tell me about it, Ashley.
Well, it has been announced that it is going to be released September 7th this year, a week before my wedding.
Oh my
So-
god.
Oh, there's a
exciting.
wedding gift right there.
Mhm.
I know. So, yeah, if anyone who's been paying attention knows that I am excited about this game. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone who says that it's not going to be the best thing ever is wrong. So we've got a
Kirby
breakdown of some of the exciting news that we can expect from the game. Just some exciting little tidbits and details. Of course, you can play the game as Peter Parker. You can play the game as MJ. MJ apparently knows that Peter is Spider-Man, so they get right to it. She is also a reporter at the Daily Bugle, so that is something a little new.
That's different. What do you think of that?
Mhm.
They have dated before, but they're just focused on their careers. We have some alternate costumes announced. So we have Spider-Punk, Spider-Noir, Classic Spidey, Wrestling Suit, and so on. I also hear some rumors that you can mix and match the costumes like it's gear. That was just a rumor. I don't know if there's any confirmation on that yet. I also know that some
Can
of
you
the,
actually? Okay, I don't mean to interrupt you, except that I kind of do.
you do.
Number
Go.
one, can you actually wear just Spider-Man's regular damn costume?
Yes,
Mhm.
That is
Oh,
a thing
exciting.
they've confirmed.
it's
right now?
confirmed. Yes.
So
Okay,
do
that's
you
a
not
that's
play with the
that's an
George?
alternate skin that you can.
Okay,
This
is
is the George mode.
Okay, is it one of these damn microtransactions where you got to buy the damn?
No,
thing
there's no
and then pay-
microtransactions.
and then
They
pay
said
for it afterward? So I can literally.
Anything like the other Spider-Man games, they'll just be unlockable.
So no, hell no, no.
if I had to
could-
guess,
it would be different if I could start the damn game. Number
I'm
one,
guessing-
You want to play a
start
game
the
and just be handed everything?
Number one, if I had a damn PlayStation. Number two, if I actually did get this, if I could sit down and actually play with the regular damn Spider-Man costume without having to unlock 47 different jackass things to try to get to it,
Oh,
then I would play it. If not, then no deal. No deal, Insomniac. Kiss my dimpled ass.
all right, back to Ashley telling us more about the game.
Well,
I can't
I also
segue out of
have
dimpled
heard that
ass.
some of the costumes might have like come with special abilities or special effects. For like the Spider Punk one, for example, might have like a noise effect around him. So that's cool.
What?
You can also, or like downwaves or something. You can also travel via the subway system if you want to save on your webbing. So that tells me right there too that there's some potential resource management with the webs there, which that's a really cool concept. And
It's like hopping in a taxi.
now, but
Grand Theft
I'll
Auto.
probably be
Yeah.
cussing at my TV screen 6 months from now as I tear my hair out.
you don't need to tear your hair out. You're about to get married.
Well, that'll be after 6 months from now is after the wedding. So, but anyways, most importantly, there's going to be a heist DLC mission featuring Black Cat. So that makes it
but that's rumored to be a DLC. You're gonna have to pay for that.
Ah,
that's okay.
there
I'll
you
pay
go.
for it.
You're down for it,
I
all
don't
right.
care.
At least there is not what are they called? Those like where you have to pay within the game. Microtransactions.
Yeah, George,
Yeah, the
yes,
microtransactions.
they confirmed that's not going to happen. In
I
the-
literally just mentioned that like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I was trying to make me a cup of coffee, you jerk.
That was very Jonah.
Why do you got to copy everything I do?
Back to
Well-
Ashley. Back to Ashley. What else we got?
Good
Yeah,
idea.
we have, several different versions of the game that have been announced.
Mhm.
You can get the classic version for $60. If you want a slightly beyond that, you have the deluxe version for $80. That comes with 3 additional chapters. This is probably just the DLC, so that will come
Black
included
Cat
with that. You get some new suits and characters included in that, and you also get a little pin. The collector's edition will be $150. Includes all the DLC.
Wow.
A steelbook.
No, really. How much does it cost?
What?
How much does it really cost?
150, baby.
Okay, whatever.
And George has been broke.
But
Fine.
what do you get in the $150 version? Let's inform
A
George.
bar of gold?
You get all the DLC. You get a steelbook. You get a statue of Spider-Man. You get an art book.
The statue. Yeah, that statue looks cool.
You get an art
And
book
you get
full of images with that jackassy white spider thing.
Settle down.
I'll send you a copy, George.
Oh.
Yeah, get him. Get him.
Accepted.
Get him.
Get him.
But you also get a PSN avatar, a PS4 theme, and 5 extra skill points.
Yeah.
Actually, whoa. That sounds like pay to win now.
I
This is
don't
what
know.
I'm hearing. This is pay to win. There's so many problems with this thing.
All right. So hold on.
What you're saying, Ashley, is that if George wants to actually get the play the game with a classic suit, he needs to either buy the deluxe edition or the $150 edition.
You know,
Is that
it
what-
seems like video games are like variant comics now. You can get
Yeah.
multiple different versions of
Well,
them, you know?
Except instead of just getting a swapped out cover, you actually get extra loot with it. But
yeah. And you probably technically you actually get more content in the video game. But
So, Ashley, are you excited about this news? Are you a day one buyer? Tell me about it.
dude, I'm gonna have Spider-Man come out 1 week, then I'll get married the next week, and then Spyro the Dragon will be coming out the next week. Hell yeah!
There you go.
Now
What are
is Jack looking forward to it?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay,
We've been debating whether we want to get a PS4 first or a Nintendo Switch first, and that's been a really tough decision.
PS4.
well, hang on now. You're getting married a week after this thing comes out. Do you not see the problem here? You're gonna wind up fighting about it after you're married. You get back from the honeymoon.
Come on, we've been
I'm like,
through
oh, I want to
this
play Spider-Man. He's gonna be like, no, up yours, I want to play Spider-Man. And then you guys are gonna fight, and the cops are gonna be called out, and you're gonna get divorced.
She she is a woman. She
Thanks, Zach. Thanks for the update. Newsflash, just in.
What?
being that she is a female, she wins the argument every time. You didn't let me finish, you jerk.
Gosh, you guys are lively. So Ashley's down for it. Who else is buying the game? I know George is not.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, why are you buying it, sir?
Oh, dude, it looks great. I mean,
I agree.
it looks fantastic. I love the fact that it's been. I mean, we assumed that we were going to get the costumes, but man, this looks sick. I mean, just looks sick. This is the game that we have been waiting for a long, long time. I think.
I think George is about to be sick.
Don't throw up your. I don't think coffee tastes very good thrown up.
It doesn't.
So, Mike, do you have a PS4? Are you going to get it?
No, I don't. But this is very tempting. It's
Yeah,
very tempting to actually. I mean, in terms of, I mean, mainly because I mean, what some of the stuff I do hear about. I mean, I do like some of the potential gameplay features. The idea that you're actually playing Mary Jane as a playable character, probably for like stealth missions, I imagine.
Yeah.
For like if she's sneaking around or something like that. So that's actually something that's a little bit an interesting game mechanic there. I also like the idea that what Ashley says about basically riding the subway or potentially riding on top of other vehicles to try so you won't have to web swing around all the time. So you actually have a limited like the idea of you can have limited webbing in this thing. Like, hey, he actually has to make web fluid or something before he rather than just like which that's good game mechanics too.
Kind of like in The Last of Us, you had to make your weapons a little bit.
Yeah.
My only legitimate fear is that we'll get that goddamn balloon mission again from Spider-Man 2 on PS4.
Oh, higher!
Maybe we can deliver pizzas too.
Right.
The pizza thing. Yeah.
So,
Minigames.
JR, you're not a gamer, but your son is.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm going to be buying it. So
Yeah.
he declined to make a personal guest appearance, but he did give me his opinion.
Oh.
Let's see here. He said looks like it can be the best Spider-Man game yet. Gameplay looks amazing, graphics are outstanding, and the story for what has been revealed so far sounds great. And also mentioned that I think the web swinging looks like it's better than Spider-Man 2's web swinging.
Oh, wow.
And then I asked him, what are these transactions everyone hates? And then he explained it to me. He goes, it's really dumb and no one likes them. So
That's all you need to know.
Joshua Nelson says, you guys really it really makes me want to go out and get a girlfriend.
Oh God.
I'm down. That my question. I'm wondering how, because I don't really buy DLC stuff, but I probably will for this because I think a Black Cat mission sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably is like $15 on top of the $60 I'm already paying.
It probably won't be that much. I would say like 5 or no more than 10.
It depends on how much.
Or
It depends on how
something.
much memory involved. Yeah.
You could feed your family for 2 weeks, Jomo.
And I like the idea of having a Spider-Man skin on my PlayStation, like a theme. I think that would be kind of cool. So what's that going to cost me? Another $5 to $10? So by that time, nice, Zach. I like the coffee mug. Do I go ahead and buy the $150 version and get a free statue out of it?
Well,
No.
it's not a
With my experience with the statues that come with the limited editions and collector's editions and stuff, they're not that great. I'd say the steelbook and the art book would be the more interesting part or inclusions there, but the statue's never been a draw for me.
So how much do you think actually will cost me to get the DLC stuff and the themes on top of my 60 I'm plopping down?
DLC is probably going to be 5 per. The theme and wallpaper, it likely could be exclusive to the edition. They like to do stuff like that sometimes. Or it would be, I don't know, $3.
God
Yeah.
damn. Hey, Brad, JR, remember when video games just came in a damn box?
I remember when they didn't take years to make.
This all happened
And
when
you got the whole thing when you bought it over the counter. You didn't have to go and buy all this extra crap in order to get to the next cool thing.
You plunked down your $20 and they're like, here's yours revenge. And you're like, thank God. And then you went home and played it.
Of course, then again, I mean, it was like, very, like the pixel, everybody was like a square pixels and, so.
Well, the industry has changed a whole bunch since then. As someone, who has ties to the industry, I have to kind of defend it. When we have the ability for developers to just do patches and stuff automatically through the network, then yeah, you're gonna run into some games that aren't necessarily what you would consider complete. And that's why we have stuff like DLC. And there's a lot of complicated stuff that goes into it.
I've never bought a DLC. I have bought games through the PlayStation
you haven't
Network.
really, you haven't, Jomo?
Never have.
I've bought a shitload of DLC.
Well, what are you bitching about them for then?
No, because I don't want to have to buy DLC to play how Spider-Man should look from the get-go.
No one's saying you have to pay for the
you don't-
costumes.
It would be different if they were like, oh, hey, look, there's a microtransaction and you can run around in the black and white suit. I'm like, okay, I see that. I want to just be basic, classic, damn Spider-Man and run around in his actual costume,
You
not
can.
that jackass white harness spider thing.
You can. They've confirmed it. You can. I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna drive down to Texas, give you a hug.
Dude, I will drive down to Texas, get you some Whataburger with bacon,
I need some.
You can have your classic, man. You can.
and give you a hug.
All right.
A really long time.
YouTubers watching any. Would you buy a Stegron DLC? Says Michael Reed.
Okay, okay, yes.
There you go.
Yes, of course I'm gonna buy it. If I could play the entire game of Stegron with actual dialogue,
Yeah.
like
George,
Stegron
how many loot
dialogue.
boxes have you bought for Overwatch?
Dude,
Boy, we've never seen Stegron in a video game. How funny is that?
But
What have you bought for DL? I'm sorry, George, real quick. What have you bought for DLC?
Oh God, dude, Skyrim. Actually, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's mostly Bethesda stuff, like Skyrim and Fallout 4. Hell, I bought the season pass for Fallout 4 so I could have all of the DLCs. It rained DLC on me, baby.
So
Welcome to the Fallout, baby.
But for McNulty, because I've been trying to say this for 5 freaking minutes.
sorry.
You may be in the market for PS4. I will bet my house that there will be a Spider-Man
Bundle.
video game bundle with the PS4.
Oh yeah.
But those bundles
I
are
think-
never
I think-
cheaper than buying two separate things. They're never cheaper.
No.
I know the God of War bundle that's coming out, it pretty much is the price of a PS4 in the game.
When I
Oh,
bought my
yeah.
PS4, when I bought my PS4, it was I had Uncharted 4 with it.
Oh, I loved Uncharted 4. That was such a good
I
game.
haven't played it.
Oh man, it's so good.
I love Uncharted.
The game that came with my PS4 was
As I get a phone call, sorry.
that was loud.
I'm not used to hearing those kind
Hey,
of.
it's podcasting, folks.
Wow.
Does that phone have a rotary dial on it?
I'm about to say, wow. I haven't heard that in a long time, dude. I was like, dude,
That just stopped us all mid-track. We had flashbacks to our childhood when the kitchen phone rang,
dude.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, Zach's gone. All right, so we've got almost the whole panel, with the exception of George, willing to go buy that video game.
I'll buy George a copy.
Oh,
George doesn't have a PS4.
I'll buy you a copy.
You're wasting your money. George doesn't have a PS4. George is going to take the
that's
copy
funny.
you send him and take it and trade it in for something cool.
I'm gonna write your name on it.
I'm going to take it up here to Movie Trading Company and get me some damn Funkos.
I didn't say I'm giving it to you. I'm saying I'm buying it for you.
okay. So let's.
I'll be.
No, I got some. Enigma 2K99 wanted me to ask Spencer about Star Wars Battlefront 2 and its microtransactions. Spencer says basically took all the fun out of the game just so EA could make a few extra dollars.
Oh, yeah. No,
All the game out of the game.
Yeah,
can
I've
straight
heard
up
that.
go to hell.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I-
really can.
I
There's-
thought
EA
EA
is in hell.
Yeah,
I
EA's
thought
all
of
this stuff
me.
with the Battlefront stuff is just I've heard was just.
I thought about
ridiculous,
buying
yeah.
Battlefront, even when it's at the $20 point, and I've heard such bad things about them.
And the word is on the
Worth
street
it.
now is that they're getting ready to do a new MMO for Star Wars.
Ah,
Mhm.
And I'm like, because there's a lot of people out there who played Star Wars Galaxies back in the day, and I was one of them back before they ruined it, and then it went out of business, and now there's people who want that back, and now we're hearing word on the street is that EA is going to do another Star Wars MMO. And it's like the best news and the worst news. It's like good news, you don't have cancer. Bad news, you're still going to die in 5 weeks from this other thing. No, it really is. So, I don't want to be dramatic about it, but this is video games, goddammit.
So, Mike, you've got Back in Black. We're going back to the black costume, it looks like.
Yeah, speaking of costumes with giant white spiders on them.
Nice segue, sir. Nice.
Yeah. So we got confirmation. So thanks to Marvel deciding to spoil themselves once again, it's been announced at Marvel's Retailer Summit at the Chicago C2E2 convention that in Amazing Spider-Man 800, good old Peter Parker will return back to the black costume, or at least a redesigned version of the black costume.
Because reasons.
Exactly, because we need that toy merchandising. Because we need some more action figures.
Got to get a new Funko Pop figure for it.
Yeah, that's right. And that apparently this will carry over, or at least he'll be back in that, or at least back in that, and wearing the black suit again. When Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley relaunched the title with Amazing Spider-Man #1. So they also showed in a couple of black and white preview images from issue 800.
They were very spoilery. They were potentially
very spoilery, actually.
Yeah.
Which actually, and so because it shows one of the things. I don't know if we should just go ahead and for those who
why not
want to be spoiled, and those who don't, maybe you could kind of skip over the part of this discussion here where we kind of talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, because you should probably skip forward because there's stuff that we kind of have to talk about.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So yeah, mainly the one page shows Peter Spider-Man in his new black costume fighting the Red Goblin, and then there's a 2-page spread showing Flash Thompson as Anti-Venom, but his Anti-Venom costume is not completely together. Like you can still see his artificial legs and what have you, and he's not wearing the full mask. And some of it is like it can't seem like kind of solidify.
Yeah,
and he's going around healing various cast members or supporting cast members, and they are. It looks like he's healing, trying to heal like Silk, Shocker 2.0, otherwise known as Clash. He's also trying to heal Mary Jane, Aunt May, and what looks like maybe Harry Osborn. I'm not sure if that's Harry or
one
if
of them
that's
doesn't look like Harry. The one with like the kind of laying on his side.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then there's another thing where he's got looks like cuts or on his hand or something, and what have you. But so if you've been listening to our review segment, I have a little theory about what's going to go down in this
what's
issue.
up?
And I'll point out that McNulty's been proven right before, so everybody keep your ears open because
even though Slot says I'm 100% wrong sometimes.
Well, Slot says a lot of shit, but because what Mike's about to drop, I actually think this is probably how it's going to happen.
Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so after Flash heals, I think what's going to happen is Flash, of course, is going to heal Peter's leg. Somehow this is going to get. I don't know if this new black costume Peter's wearing is a symbiote or if it's just wearing another black costume again, what have you. But I think what's going to happen is that Flash Thompson, by trying to heal all the various supporting those people in those panels that the Red Goblin is injured, his anti-venom suit is going to lose its capacity, but then he's going to go after Red Goblin, use the last ounce of the anti-venom to stop him, and then Flash Thompson's going to die. He's going to go, and he'll even say, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. And that will be the big impact of the 800 issue.
So Slot will take out an original cast member,
I think he will.
Slot's ego dictates that he takes out an original cast member.
That will also explain why Peter is going to be continuing to wear the black costume, because he is in mourning for the loss of his best friend.
Mhm.
Or one of his best friends.
That actually sounds like a pretty good theory.
Especially given what Chi-Town reported on the review, on our review staff FB page earlier from when he talked to Cebulski.
What did he say?
You didn't see that today?
I've been busy. What did he say?
So our own Peter Norbert, Chi-Town Spidey, he actually spoke to Cebulski today at that. What is it? C2E2. C2D2. I don't know.
C2E2. Yeah, it's like a
But he
it's not
asked
like
him.
R2D2, but-
He asked him, "Are there any plans for Mary Jane in the near future? And will she and Peter be getting back together?" And Cebulski said, "During the end of Slot's run, we have plans for Mary Jane. During Spencer's run, he has big plans for Mary Jane. As far as your second question," and he said, Cebulski smiles and says, "I can't see anything." He also said Cebulski is a very friendly guy.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and he posted a picture of him and Cebulski. Now, Cebulski is saying a lot without saying anything specific.
Yeah.
But, I mean, saying Spencer has big plans for Mary Jane doesn't make me think that Peter's just going to sit around and remember Mary Jane having gotten killed off. So I think Mike's probably onto something that right now I think my odds-on favorite is Flash buying the farm.
Mm-hmm.
And
also tying back to that, because when Norman got impaled by that thing, if he loses the Carnage symbiote, he could potentially die also, because that Slot can literally get rid of both of them.
And it makes sense. Think about it this way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they are squeezing what little life there is out of these symbiotes lately. They are cashing in left and right on this thing. And it kind of makes sense. Like they'd be doing this a little bit and trying to squeeze that out. Like maybe, and I hope this is the case, maybe they're planning on shelving symbiote stuff for a while.
No, they got a movie coming out.
After all this stuff is done. Yeah, but no, Brad, they don't have a movie. Sony
has one.
Sony's got
Marvel
one.
doesn't have a movie coming out. Sony does. So I can see that where maybe they're like, maybe we need to rethink this and let it sit. I mean, but here's the thing. They've done it with X-Men stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have taken X-Men stuff and said, you know what, maybe we ought to dial it back a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they've pared things down. I'm starting to think maybe the symbiotes are like that. And they're like, let's, every now and then you can actually benefit from shelving your one of your big things for a while. There's too much overexposure. Godzilla. Toho learned this lesson with Godzilla. For a while. For the longest time, there weren't any new Godzilla movies. Because Toho was like, we need to get people hungry for a Godzilla movie again. I think eventually Star Wars is going to learn this.
Yeah.
So I can totally see where maybe they're planning on, if not, God help us, at post 801, we're still going to get, Edge of Venom, Darkness Reigns, War, and all this other crap.
What's the rest? JR, what do you think? Is Flash biting the bullet?
Well, somebody probably is. And yeah, I'm afraid that however it's going to happen is going to take Norman out too. But
he'll get
I'm reaching the point where I've just about had enough. So I'll be really interested to see what happens.
What's the Spider-Verse? And all these people come back eventually, except Uncle Ben. Well, wait a minute. He came back too. Of eliminating Flash Thompson from the supporting cast. What's the impact of Spider-Man without a Flash? Zero?
Well, think of how it's been. Like, I mean, he's popped up here lately, but I mean, really, all Marvel doesn't really know what the hell to do with Flash aside from having beat Venom. They don't.
Yeah,
and it's sad because Paul Jenkins was onto something, and then suddenly Marvel was like, okay, no.
Well, who was it? Guggenheim that wrote the Flash with lost his legs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In the Iraq War.
That was the best thing. I mean, that was a great story.
Right. Oh yeah. I think, but I think there could be this. You're gonna get to this point here where Flash is kind of like, maybe the folks in Marvel thinking, well, Flash is kind of at a dead end at this point because, well, he's already been Venom. Yeah, that's not what I did there, right?
Dead end. He's a great character for people with disabilities. I think. Why would they kill him?
Great because what they want is I can totally see if they do go down this road. I can see where what their logic is because, well, since he was inspired by Spider-Man and to be like a hero himself, therefore this will be his chance to show hey, I'm going to do this to help Spidey and everything like that.
So then, Mike, if that that ending is true and you have predicted it, it is another example of what we have complained about with slots so much is Flash saves the day.
Yeah.
Spider-Man doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just what. Yeah, but it is kind of one of those things that it's going to be one of those things.
So
that, again, it fits a pattern that Slot's been doing too.
Exactly. That's the pattern which Spider-Man is in the back seat. Other characters come up to shine and save his butt. And why not keep the pattern which we've already seen?
And one thing I want to point out here, because Jomo, you had asked me, what the impact would be with Flash, how they could have best utilized Flash. The best time to utilize Flash would have been for Harry to stay dead, and for Flash to become Peter's new best friend. Here's the thing: my Facebook is replete with people who I knew in high school that were dicks, who are now grown up and mature and fantastic people. And I've gotten to know them all over again, some of them, and it's been really cool. And I talked to a lot of them very much, but people that I can remember back in the day where I'm like, oh, if a gas truck hit you, would I be all that upset? So I think in that respect, and we've had flashes of this at different times with Flash throughout Spider-Man. Flash, we've had flashes of this where Peter and Flash have been buddies. And I've gone out to talk or have a drink, and by drink I mean Peter's drinking milk.
He was his best man.
Yeah, I mean there's been times when the two of them have been close. So I think the best time they could have utilized Flash was when Harry was still dead, and have Flash become his best friend. Have Flash fill the role that Harry filled. That way you don't have to do a face palm worthy, hey, look, Harry's alive again thing.
I take that,
to begin with.
I take that back. He was a groomsman. Wasn't Harry best man?
Harry was best man.
Okay. But here's the thing.
Oh yeah, because Harry was still alive. Never mind.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. If Norman does actually die in the story too, doesn't that now give a reason for Harry to kind of?
Oh God,
I don't want to see that story again.
Stop. I know, but yeah,
you're gonna give JR hemorrhoids.
Too late.
Too late.
I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. All right, let's see what else we got on the rundown.
Well, that was a lengthy.
That was a good debate.
That turned into a thing.
I liked it.
It did. Yeah.
What do you guys want to talk about? I've got to keep going back on my. I didn't mean to segue that quickly.
Oh, okay.
Brad's like, let's move to something else. Oh, I wasn't prepared for.
Wasn't prepared. I'm so sorry. And
raise your hand.
You outsmarted yourself, you clever bastard.
I did.
Raise your hand and teach kids how to do news for a living.
Zach, dual numbering. Zach, talk about new cover dress.
It's 2004 all over again.
Yeah.
So back during the JMS run, Marvel instituted their dual numbering on certain titles, including the Amazing Spider-Man.
I like that.
And it made things quite a bit easier for people to keep up. Because remember, if you were going to look for Captain America #1, you have the 2018, 2016, 2015, 2013, 2005, 2002, 1998, 1996, 1968. And
America #1, yeah.
And et cetera.
Yeah, no, those are all the Captain America #1s. CB Cebulski revealed at the presentation during the Diamond Retailer Summit at C2E2 that starting with Avengers 1 and running throughout all of Marvel's fresh, shiny new #1s, quoting Jude Terror from who's a national treasure at Bleeding Cool.
He really is, isn't he? I mean, I don't agree with him all the time, but by God, do I admire him and respect him and the level of snark he's capable of.
Yeah. He drips snark.
Yeah.
He is an artist.
Zero F's are given, and yeah.
And it's funny to watch Johnston, who once upon a time, even at his peak, was never at that level. No. Back when he was doing, in the gutters and all that stuff. I mean, like way back in the day, was never at a Jude Terror level. It's like watching Donnie Brasco when you had a tired, been there, done that Al Pacino and a young, hungry Johnny Depp just acting circles around him. That's to me, that's the relationship now in my head.
That's funny.
Al Pacino, Rich Johnson is the tired Al Pacino, and Jude Terror is the hungry Johnny Depp.
With all these longtime fans and I actually, do you like big numbers on your covers, or do reboots annoy you as a new reader? Because I think
I'm I'm so anal. I would rather just have the numbers because, oh my god, the thought of having to keep track of where it restarts and where it goes back. Oh, I'm just stressing thinking
It's
about it.
awful. It's hard to file these
If
things.
you're OCD,
That's
you are
driving
just-
nuts.
You're just screwed. You are absolutely screwed.
Even more than that, it proves what we've been saying for a while now. Because we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Yep.
About the relaunching. We've got a fresh start, and by fresh start, I mean we have the same tired ass writers. We're just shuffling chairs with the Titanic.
Chairs, yeah. Mhm.
But I mean, they're like, oh, this again. You got the Brever. This necessitates a new wave of number ones. After like a couple of months earlier, saying, well, maybe people are getting tired of that.
Yeah.
One thing they can do is keep the series number like always somewhere on the comic, and then if they want to have a big number 1, have that be for individual arcs.
They've learned nothing.
See,
They have learned nothing.
To me, again, the inmates are running the asylum. This is the 1990s all over again, and Marvel has not learned anything like what George is saying from all these mistakes that they've not only made in the most recent past, but in the past 1990s. This is how it literally killed the entire market.
Yeah.
All the crap that they were doing and throwing up against the wall.
But are we against dual numbering? Is that what we're against?
No.
Well, no, it's just
I'm for it.
relaunching.
I'm for it.
But Brad, here's the thing: you're for it. You're for it. Yay, dual numbering. They're going to move off it again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that I don't like.
They're going to move off it again. They're going to reboot again. Then they're going to go back to it. Then they're going to relaunch. Then they're going to reboot. We'll have volume 18 before 2020 is done.
Yeah, the thing what
This
I
is the
mentioned
best solution to the problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that I may have mentioned, I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but that this situation with the constant renumbering was bad when Marvel decided to put out a catalog, which was basically a flow chart to basically chronologically put in order. Here's what this number 1 is, and this number 1 is how it goes in order.
That was
And
awesome.
so, that's how much.
Even the flow chart was unreadable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
When you have to use flowcharts for people
Flowcharts.
to understand your damn books, you're doing it wrong.
exactly.
Stressing in the word flow chart.
But that's my biggest point in all this, though, is that they've learned nothing. Retailers tell them, look, we're tired of like the number 1s and you strong arming us into buying this many issues to get this many variants and stuff. And they're like, we hear you. We're going to totally not do that, except that we are.
Well, Cebulski at Chicago Con or C2E2 said that they're considering doing away with those incentive variants.
That means he said we're considering it. That means that it's still going to happen.
Well, you don't know this new boss.
That means no.
The new boss just came in and relaunched everything at number 1, Brad. Or half their stuff.
Or what that means is that until marketing tells them no, they're going to do it. Because the marketing department is driving the bus, not creative.
Yeah, they're still gonna be stuck with that kind of crap.
JR, do you get frustrated when you try to file comics?
No, I mean I've figured out my filing. I mean no, but I'm just frustrated though with the stopping and starting and refresh and relaunching. I'm tired of it. I mean, but like I said, like I've always said, I mean, Spider-Man he's no longer really a character anymore. He's an intellectual property, and and they're just going to recycle him. Retell. They want to retell all the old Stan Lee and Steve Ditko stories. So
J.R. Johnson is right.
All right, what else we got on the rundown? Let's talk movie news. George, Matt Damon, and Spider-Man. What's going on with those two?
Yeah, apparently Marvel Disney Sony offered the role of the villain in Spider-Man 2 to Matt Damon, and Matt Damon passed. I guess Matt Damon had enough of the Marvel magic after doing his cameo in Thor Ragnarok, which I didn't even realize was him until today.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I did not know that was Matt Damon when I saw that movie twice in the theater, and it never once clicked in my head. No, because he's all kind of chunky and doughy.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyebrows are kind of like Romulan, so I'm like, I didn't know who the hell this guy was. And
Did you know the other guy was Sam Neill from Jurassic Park?
No, I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Did I just inform you then?
It was me.
Now?
What?
It was Sam Neill.
What?
Samuel was the actor playing Odin.
Right, that's right. Oh my god, I love Sam Neill.
And I think
playing Odin or playing Thor?
one of the Hemsworth brothers.
Oh, the
Was
Hemsworth
actually
brothers were the Thor actor.
Yeah,
Sam Neill was Odin, and Matt Damon was
the Loki actor.
I need to go back and watch that clip because I didn't see Sam Neill. I just realized
I
today
need the same meal.
because I had Googled Matt Damon and Marvel to try to find other news, and then I was like, wait, hold up, how'd you admit it? He was in Ragnarok?
So here's my question, George.
Yeah.
Who could Damon play? A villain?
Well, if they're here, Damon doesn't have a really big range. He doesn't. I'm sorry. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. So, given his past, what he's done before, I'm thinking probably Mysterio.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
He would be probably the right age for a Mysterio. I doubt they're going to go back to the Electro well for a while after Mark Webb screwed that up so bad.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the plums to play a Craven, I don't think. So yeah, I if I had to hazard a guess, I would probably say Mysterio because, and here's why I think that, because it seems like they're still strip mining things from that unused Spider-Man 4 script that was never used. Remember the idea of the Vulture having a daughter made it into Homecoming. The Shocker made it into Homecoming. So it makes me think that it was Mysterio.
My question for Mysterio is, he does real life special effects.
Yeah.
Are they going to give him just like Doctor Strange type powers?
Brad, he doesn't just do special effects. He has hallucinogenic gas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that makes it tripped out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually does use like a hallucinogenic gas.
Okay.
Every time I hear the words Matt Damon, this is the first thing that pops in my head.
So Matt Damon could have played Mysterio. I think that probably tells us that Mysterio is the villain for number 2.
I'm down. Do you do the fishbowl head?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah! Yes, they should. No, they won't.
Oh, you forgot one little mention that Matt Damon could play.
Who?
Remember those leaked emails way back when? Who
Not
they
sure.
were initially trying to cast for the Sinister Six
Oh,
movie
yeah,
to
they
play
had to-
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Mike. I think they abandoned all that crap. Once
Oh, I know
went
they
public.
did. But
And this
We're
is
not
why
going
I'm
to get
saying,
Electro Dancing Spider-Man.
huh?
We're not going to get Electro Dancing
No,
Spider-Man.
we're not going to get Electro Dancing. but we know for a fact that they pulled stuff from the Amazing Spider-Man 4 script that they did not use, the one that Raimi was supposed to be doing.
Sure.
Again, the Vulture being the bad guy, and the fact that the Vulture had a daughter. Bam! Both things pulled from the never used Amazing Spider-Man 4 script.
Oh yeah. I
think that, and we know Mysterio was in that too. It's making me think that Damon was.
I just found it interesting when I first heard the story and they're saying how they were trying to cast Matt Damon as a villain. Yeah, I thought back to the fact that they were all this was something that they wanted to do, cast Matt Damon as one of Spider-Man's villains, going back to the when that Sinister Six movie they were trying to still produce before.
You know who would be a good Mysterio? Would be like Christopher Walken.
Oh my God. Please.
I mean, he'd be older than the Vulture, but my God, I mean, can you just imagine the dialogue?
or even no, Spider Peter.
I just hope that in Homecoming, I'll be happy. I'll never watch Spider-Man Homecoming again. I never have to. You can't force me to. But at least if Spider-Man 2, if it just doesn't have a freaking Tony Stark in it, from what I reference or Happy or the Tower, if we can just get an actual Spider-Man movie, if we can just get a Spider-Man movie that's titled Spider-Man to actually be about Spider-Man and just Spider-Man, and Mysterio is in it. No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I was about to say it has the potential to be as good, maybe, as Spider-Man 2, but no, I'm on crack right now with that. We're never going to get another Spider-Man 2.
Right.
Action game. Look on the bright side, George. If Iron Man dies in Infinity War, Spider-Man might be on his own.
You don't know how much I'm hoping for that.
Oh.
And here's the thing. I used to love Robert Downey Jr. I do. When you listen to Robert Downey Jr. talk about his life and how he turned himself around and like how low he got, it is an inspiring story.
You're not.
I really do. I love the guy, and I started off loving
Iron Man.
MCU Iron Man. I want MCU Iron Man to die now. I want him. It doesn't have to be terrible. I want him to go away.
The reason
now.
George will not like the Spider-Man Homecoming 2, if Iron Man is out of it, he will still not like Zendaya as MJ.
No. no. Here, whoa. Think back to my review about that, about what I said about Zendaya.
Michelle
as MJ.
Jones.
Does anyone remember me saying Zendaya was a terrible MJ?
No, you didn't say
What
that.
I said was that I think Zendaya is a great actress, and she was. When I went and saw The Greatest Show,
Oh, she's awesome.
Mhm.
she's awesome in it. She is. That script was a poor script.
Mhm.
That script, the part was piss poorly written. They never gave her a chance to show off, any kind of charisma to play MJ. The script doesn't understand Mary Jane at all. The director doesn't understand Mary Jane at all. Everything about that. And I said the same thing about Tom Holland. Tom Holland's a great actor. He's giving them the Spider-Man they're asking for. The Spider-Man they're asking for is wrong.
Yeah.
And so I don't hate Zendaya as MJ. I damn sure wanted to have red hair.
Yeah.
By God, if they give her red hair. But I mean, when it comes to number one, Mary Jane's got to be beautiful. Zendaya is a strikingly pretty girl.
I agree.
Yeah.
But number two, she can act. And in fact, I think acting, she's one of the better young actresses I've seen in a while.
Mhm.
But here's the thing, you didn't get that from Homecoming. I definitely saw it when I saw her in a different movie,
Yeah.
but you didn't get it from her in Homecoming. So if that's the way they go, then so be it. But by God, give her good dialogue. Give her a reason for the story. Don't just put her in here and have her flip people off and make little snarky ass comments.
Yeah, that's not MJ flipping Peter off.
Sorry. I got off on a rant. Talking about reaching your target heart rate.
Michael, Mike, more movie news. Woody Harrelson as Carnage?
Yeah, or so the rumor goes, based on which source you look at. One from, Cinema Blend basically repeated what the rumor from Bleeding Cool, basically, essentially saying that they were thinking that there was supposed to be the rumor that there was supposed to be kind of some, maybe that in the Venom movie, Carnage may appear in it as a surprise, maybe villain thing, and that he would be played by Woody Harrelson.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think somebody watched Natural Born Killers one too many times, and they thought that maybe that's, and maybe they think that hey, this guy could be a good Carnage, even though, I mean, I could see him do it.
Yeah, I could too.
Carnage
I
can
is very
see
country and
yeah,
redneckish, and I can see Woody being that.
Oh yeah, he could.
Cletus Cassidy is
No,
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, it sounds like if they. But no, but at the same time, I think it's. I kind of get the feeling from the Venom film, it's going to be more about Brock, and then if they do throw in Woody Harrelson and then he becomes Carnage, it's probably going to be like some stinger at the end or something.
I doubt they're going to throw Woody Harrelson in as a stinger in a movie by someone by a vehicle starring Tom Hardy. I'm sorry,
no,
I just don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I think they'd probably bring that idea up by Woody Harrelson, and Woody Harrelson would laugh.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson would say.
So you think Woody's in the whole movie?
I think Woody would be like, "Who's Tom Hardy?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, because he's already got. I mean, they did mention the fact that Harrelson's already kind of got been getting a lot of gigs. Like he's going to be playing like Han Solo's mentor in that Star Wars story that's coming up, and so I mean, if he.
Now, if Woody Harrelson plays Mysterio, oh my God! It turns out he's actually Mysterio. I'll lose my shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll flip my top. I'll be like, oh my God, the villain casting has been crazy.
So
Yeah.
I think George is a big fan of Cheers, right? You like Cheers?
It's not. I mean, Cheers is fine. It's just Woody Harrelson has
He's a good actor.
incredible instincts as an actor. He's just
Oh yeah, he does.
Can you cast the members of?
raids himself? Yes, he does. He has his raids.
Okay, whatever. What were you saying, Brad?
I said, let's take the cast of Cheers and turn them into characters of Spider-Man.
or even better, let's not.
Say we did.
Who is Diane Chambers? She's Betty Brant.
Oh my God.
Who is?
If you're gonna say the guy who plays Norm is gonna be Dr. Octopus, I mean, that's like
Norm has to be Norman. Oh, that's funny.
George Wendt. George Wendt is
Wendt.
Dr. Octopus.
George Wendt is the Green Goblin. Norm playing.
No,
Norm.
that would be the guy from-
Why are you encouraging him?
Which one is the mailman?
Oh,
Willie Lumpkin?
Cliff
Willie Lumpkin?
Cliff Clavin playing Willie Lumpkin.
Cliff Clavin will play J. Jonah Jameson.
Wow, look at the time.
Okay.
I'm out.
Any other thoughts on
No.
what are you playing?
No, I
Oh,
think
what
it's
are
just an unconfirmed rumor, and I don't see. I mean, if he does just show up, I think it's going to be like just a, it's not going to be like a major thing.
Right.
It's just something like, hey, here's an Easter egg first for Venom 2 if we make it.
If we make it.
Yeah.
Again, I think that Sony's going to learn that the draw for Venom, the wide appeal outside of comics for a Venom movie is very tiny.
Very tiny.
It's without Spider-Man, it's not as appealing.
It's not as appealing. It's not.
It's basically a prototype. It's the adaptation of the prototype video game that they did a few years back.
It's the same way as if they made a damn clone movie. Who the hell gives a crap?
Well, DC's trying to make a Joker movie with no Batman.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was
You could actually do that with the right script. Not that guy that did Suicide Squad, because that guy doesn't understand the Joker for crap.
Well, supposedly that's going to be they're trying to tap Martin Scorsese to direct the Joker movie with what is it, Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was Joaquin.
What do you need, Zach? What's up?
That was fighting words. I would watch the whole movie all day long, and
What do you have against the Joker?
No, he wanted a clone movie.
I was talking about the insult before you brought the Joker up, you fool.
All right.
Okay.
George, Stan Lee got not gossip, but sad news out of Stan Lee. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going around Stan Lee.
There is, and here's the thing.
It makes me sad.
JR would know about this, and Brad, you'd probably know about this. And a lot of times when old people that have money get old, they are surrounded by vultures who are trying to leech that away.
Mm-hmm.
And I God bless him. I think this is probably the case with Stan, and Stan's, probably. I don't know how Stan is in real life. I've interviewed him on the phone for an hour one time before, but it's not like we hung out and got a beer and he told me all, about, he dropped hot stuff on me, hot knowledge on me, left and right. But
like the Kingpin did that one time, right?
Exactly. Like I had
Roscoe Lee Browning.
Yeah, with Roscoe. Yeah. In that bar across from the Hollywood Holiday Inn. God bless. I was walking and I was lucky to make it back to the hotel. Anyway, I think he may have roofied me. No, I'm kidding. But no, yeah. So I think this is probably the case with Stan right now. And there's a little bit of an addendum to this that I want to get to that was posted today. Yeah, apparently like the same guy that stole money and bought a condo and maybe stole some additional monies. Apparently also got some vials of Stan's blood by forging a document, and giving it to Stan's nurse. So that apparently from now, this is an unconfirmed source inside of Stan's camp, which could mean any damn thing. But they're saying that this guy, the same dude, got the blood so that he could put it in ink pens, which makes me think this is like the world's biggest Kiss one-shot special fan from back in the day. Remember when Kiss used blood for the printing ink?
Just awful.
So that's one of the rumors, and there's been a lot of rumors about that, and it's made people worry about Stan. Stan just had he just lost his wife last year. He had a very, very scary health thing.
Yeah,
he had pneumonia.
Yeah, he had pneumonia. For when you're 95, pneumonia is not like it is like when you're 30.
Right.
Pneumonia's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We got to keep. It's bad.
You gotta be on a ventilator and things.
There's been a lot, there's been a lot of that, and it's making me worry about Stan and everything. And of course, I say this, every day, as with JR, every day that we have them around us, it's a treasure. It's it's a blessing, because any day.
Stan also. I'm sorry, not meaning to interrupt. You disparaging my age and things, but wasn't he also accused of exposing himself to his nurses or something like that?
The thing I read about is
was that real though? I mean,
the thing I read about it was like the nurse was taking showers with him or something.
No, he was. I mean, the showers were being assisted by the nurses, but apparently the way that they were supposed to do it was
Allegedly.
male nurses are supposed to tend to the males and females.
If I'm a 95-year-old man with that kind of money, I'm not letting a male nurse take a bath with me. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care how sexist that sounds. I'm not. So like, if my days on this earth are numbered, if I wake up every day just happy I'm alive, I'm not letting a dude crawl in the shower with me. It's not happening.
Here's the thing. You have to consider the source of all this, which is the Daily Mail.
The Daily Mail, yeah.
Which is the equivalent of the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
Well, Brad posted the bloodsucker thing, or as
that
it
was TMZ, right?
Yeah, he posted the bleeding cool link to it, but it was from TMZ. But an addendum to this, because I was thinking, my God, I'm worried about Stan, and
Me too.
like when I read this a couple days ago, I was like, I wish more people would check up on Stan, and sure enough, Todd McFarlane, went and visited Stan, and he posted a picture of himself and Stan, on his couch. Said he stayed there. He talked to Stan about an hour. They talked about New York a little bit. They talked about Spider-Man a little bit. And which Brad is like, really? Because I've been in line for like years now. and what he said, he said, how is Stan doing? Stan, I had a really good visit with my 95-year-old friend. Basically, the gist of it is look, he seems okay with me, but he's still 95.
Yeah.
He is still. We are blessed to still have him around when almost all of the other people, except for like Ditko, who has a preternatural aging, based on hate.
There's your Ditko news right there.
Has, I not based on hate, but maybe cantankerousness, or apathy. Maybe he's just driven by apathy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, he said, Stan is, as well as a 95-year-old guy could be. Yeah. And I started reading that I thought it was you that posted it to the.
I did. I put it on the.
And I started, I read that and I was reading reactions to it where people were telling Stan through Todd McFarlane how much, they meant to him, and I started to cry a little bit. I really did, and I've thought about this. What that day is going to be. And it takes a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't take a lot to get me to cry. I'm actually kind of a big sissy.
What?
I'm being straight up honest, and Ashley probably knows this about me because like she and I talk sometime on Facebook, and I'll post a little cry emote on certain things.
It's true.
Yeah, Ashley probably knows I'm just a big softy at heart.
You're getting emotional over season 2 of Series of Unfortunate Events. I'm like, oh, buckle in.
Oh yeah, I said, oh my God, how can this get worse? And Ashley's like, oh, Buttercup, oh you sweet summer child,
sweet summer child.
Yeah, so I started thinking about that today, and I got really sad.
I don't. That's going to be a sad day to cover that on news. I don't want that day.
Oh, man.
I don't either. But I mean, we're kidding ourselves if we're thinking it's.
But think about it. I mean, the World War II generation is slowly dying out. Stan's part of that generation. The guy is 95.
Yeah, I won't be mourning the fact that. Like, oh no, he's gone from the world. I'll be mourning the fact, that we don't have him anymore. But my God, when you're, I gave the eulogy at my grandfather's funeral. He was a World War II vet,
right?
And he was in his 90s, and I was like, dude, I celebrate this guy's life. I was like, I mean, yes, it's sad. We're all sad because he's gone, but my Lord, he has earned whatever's coming next.
But the tragedy is, at the end of his life, that these bloodsuckers literally surrounding him.
It is, and I wish, well, I mean, there's been stories in the press about his daughter. I always take that with a grain of salt because it just seems like there's a bunch of bitter people who used to work for Stan who maybe got shown the door and are like, well, screw you, Stan, I'm going to get back at you, kind of.
Yeah. Right.
So there's a lot of that, but I do wish that more, or I hope this is the case. We don't know for sure, but I really hope that there's people that are actively looking out for him. Because it is so easy for douchebags to latch on to old people and just be parasites on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had to take away from my own grandmother back in like the 90s.
I mean, literally, I'm one of those with what I do for a living, which is deals with a lot of death, disease, and dying. I have to be mindful of that, and when I'm seeing it with a public figure like this, it just breaks my heart. Because I know that Stan does not deserve to have this type of. He deserves the last few years of his life, to be at peace. The guy has slowly been retiring for the last couple of years from cons and things like that, mainly because of the toll it's taking on his body.
Mhm.
Let the man be in peace. And it's like there is no, and I feared that when Joan passed away last year, that it was going to be a very quick and rapid decline.
Especially when you're
Yeah.
married for 60 plus years.
When you're married that long and your
Yeah.
spouse, it typically the other person doesn't.
Sometimes within weeks.
particularly as close as they were. I mean,
But
they
Yeah.
still seem to almost act like lovesick teenagers with each other.
Like the opposite of JR. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my great grandparents, both World War II generation, and they died within 6 or 7 months of each other.
Mhm.
It was like once one was gone, the other one had just didn't want to, just wanted to go be with their spouse.
Let-
Mhm.
So I'd feared that he would be declining, and we've seen a little bit of that, I think, with some of his last few public appearances. But
that
I
TMZ video where he talked
was just
that broke
yeah.
your heart. His voice with the pneumonia was just off, and he just sounds so sad.
and we had talked about them filming the 4 cameos for
Yeah.
everything through Infinity War, and if Infinity War is his last cameo, I it would be very fitting.
Mhm.
It's making me wonder if Stan or Stan's agent or whoever, if they've made a side deal or something like that where they can superimpose him CGI onto other things and just have him show up in every Marvel.
Well, he could be like he could be like he was in Big Hero 6. They could animate Stan.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, like while it's controversial and other people can go, oh my God, no, don't take advantage of my family member's digital image this way. You're violating them. No, I think Stan would totally be for that.
Yeah,
I think Stan would volunteer for that so fast.
We'll
Like,
do
wait a
it
minute, you mean
now.
I can still be famous after I'm dead? I
Yeah.
can still show up. Yes, let's do that. Where do I sign?
Yeah. JR in your final years. So next week.
We're already there, ain't we?
I mean, you don't want your final years to have bloodsuckers flying around you, do you?
I already got them. What are you talking? What are you talking about in my final years or whatever? I mean, hell, I mean, what do you think I've been dealing with for the last 28, 29 years? You know, I still got a kid to kick out of the house. For Christ's sake, you know?
All right,
He bumped
so
up his life insurance premium. It
we,
certainly wasn't JR, it was his wife.
We like to end the show with some funny JR news stories.
Oh God.
So JR Spider-Man went to the farmer's market.
And go.
Yeah.
Okay.
His face. JR's
All right.
face in that whole thing.
All right.
Spider-Man goes to the farmer's market.
A man dressed as Spider-Man has been accused of coming on to underage girls at a busy farmer's market. The Pest, who dresses as the iconic Marvel character, is said to have, flirted with stallholder Chris Kisecker's daughter and offered to buy her a beer. Wait a minute. I'm not communicating this story very well. I need to
It's because
let's see here. Let's see here. So
oh my God, no. No.
to buy
Put
Here,
down the
little
dog.
bro, would you like a beer? Oh no, I'm too young to drink. Oh, okay. So anyway, his alleged behavior was flagged up by Sarasota Market's manager Phil Pagano, who posted the warning on Facebook that this guy is not associated with this. So anyway, I guess this guy has been coming on to girls, who's represented by this here and saying, "Excuse me, would you like to see my big red spider?"
Oh,
Or-
that doesn't work in the audio. He just flipped the action figure to show his back for those audio listeners.
How would you like to go up and down my web line?
All right.
Excuse me. Can you help me? Can you help me shoot out some of my web line?
Stop.
Anyway,
This is easily more cringy than anything Zach has ever done on the show.
anyway, I received many complaints about him today. If you or a friend had an uncomfortable experience, please contact me. All right. Commenter Gina Monroe added, "He is very creepy. He approached me today too." And he seemed nice last weekend when he came up to me when crossing the road. He put his arm out to assist me. Okay. And he said, "You sure look pretty." Okay.
Maybe when he whips out his
but I thought he was
guys, he's just being gentlemanly.
Okay, but anyway, Phil said that when he confronted Spidey, who, by the way, now has he
oh God, what is he pulling out?
That's what she said.
Improperly. He's committed sacrilege against the great Elvis Presley, because this guy's real name is Elvis Brahmin. All right, his suspicions were confirmed when he confronted Elvis. But he doesn't
The mask is
like if someone was doing it for fun or helping kids out, they'd say, "Hey, sorry about that," But now somebody puts the mask on, they feel like they can do whatever they want. In a March 24th police report seen by Your Observer, Gorman, 38 years old, and he's preying on young girls. Anyway, denied that he had done anything wrong. See, who else preys on you? Anyway, he has previous citations for code violations and a felony conviction for
Wow.
So,
So don't go to the farmer's market.
Translation.
Don't
He's a
go to the
douchebag that wore a Spider-Man costume. Therefore, it's somehow newsworthy.
so
If this
oops, I dropped my quarter.
Oh, my
Oh my God.
Put the dolls. Okay, we're going to another topic. Go ahead.
If this wasn't Florida, and they're just talking about creepy guy in a Spider-Man costume that's bothering women, I would think they're talking about Zach. I would think maybe this is a story. This is a story maybe from the.
Okay, so if that wasn't enough, JR has another topic that connects Spider-Man and Jennifer Lopez's booty.
No.
Yeah.
Dear God.
I don't want to see props for this. I don't want to. Oh God, it's the give a shit box.
No. It's not.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Here, I got my notes flying all over the place. Now, I don't understand because there is nothing Spider-Man-ish about this whatsoever. But anyway, J-Lo's
Booty.
No. J-Lo's trainer swears by these Spider-Man push-ups to tone everything up. Okay.
God damn, Brad. What the?
Ever wonder how celebs like J-Lo, Kate Upton, and Heidi Klum stay so fit and toned?
It's the Spider-Man.
It helps that they enlist fitness and nutrition experts to keep their lifestyles healthy, but there is a superhero status move to which they may owe thanks to Spider-Man push-ups, a.k.a. one of celebrity trainer David Kurtz's go-to strengthening exercises.
Spider-Man push-ups.
Okay, now he stated the challenging move, which simultaneously blasts the arms, chest, and core, and also uses a stabilizing Basu ball. Anyway, it's supposed to work everything. Okay, so he gave a video. This is a pretty comprehensive exercise. So how does a push-up princess get her Spider-Man on? Well, let's see here.
Oh, no!
Start in a high plank
Don't break your back,
position.
JR.
Oh no, he's gonna kill himself. Oh my!
Underneath your shoulders. Okay, your core engaged. Someone is core engaged.
Dial 911.
All right.
He's gonna break a hip.
Back flat. Okay, and your body in one straight line as you lower your body toward the floor. Bring your right knee into where it
my God.
touches your elbow.
Oh, JR died. You okay, JR?
Oh no. Oh no.
Are you okay? JR,
Oh my God. Oh my
are
God.
you okay?
You want me to try to repeat it with my left leg?
No, because I don't want you to wake up paralyzed tomorrow from stiffness.
Okay. If you feel it in your lower back, you're dropping your hips. If your neck and shoulders hurt, open your chest.
Oh God!
And Jesus.
My dog was so concerned. He jumped away.
Retract your shoulder blades down. This will help open up everything and make sure your core is engaged. I don't know if I want to do that in
Wow.
And as
anyway,
one of the-
after becoming a pro at the move, you'll not only be on your way to a strong, celeb-worthy physique,
Oh my
you'll
God.
also have a total new appreciation for the arachnid world saver because this stuff is hard.
So,
There isn't a thing remotely connected to Spider-Man in
What
there.
It was in the title. That's all Brad needs.
so,
and as a
so my
says in the
question
chat,
is, JR, does your butt feel firmer like J-Lo? Do you after one Spider-Man
Oh my dear
push-up?
God. What the hell?
Well, when we're talking about engaging my
Spot is
core,
above their waist.
I don't think we're talking about my butt.
Well, I don't want to talk about your butt.
Wait a minute, that explains why the guy says this stuff is hard.
I don't want to talk about your butt. We just
Oh,
got
no.
done saying you shouldn't exploit old people.
Oh,
We just have this whole display.
oh. Anyway, and that is Spider News for this week,
That's-
boys and girls.
That's how you end it, baby. That's why I do the weird stuff.
oh
What other show
man,
can
Ah,
a senior citizen do a Spider-Man push-up?
Jesus Christ. I have never.
But by the way, for our audio-only listeners, you have to go to the YouTube channel.
So
To
subscribe
see
to the
JR
YouTube
do a
channel.
Spider-Man push-up.
YouTube.com/Spider-Man crawlspace. That's YouTube.com/Spider-Man crawlspace.
Oh, you've
it
got
was
this.
it was disquieting, but also oddly compelling. I was
All right.
fine, but I couldn't look away.
I was laughing so hard my dog would like walked up to me and like put his paws up like, "Are you okay, dude?" Like,
JR, I'm going to read the comments from YouTube to you. Brad is very interested in JR's rear, says Josh. Hornacek, I'm crying. Clover, I love you, JR. The Action Gamer, my eyes, they burn. Who will get recast after JR dies? Matthew Strange. JR, you stud. Josh says, wait till the other senior citizens at the retirement home hear about this. Enigma, this is so hot. There's nothing in the podcast budget for a stuntman for JR.
He's
JR
only got 1 week left. Let the man have some fun.
Action Gamer, JR needs a life alert bracelet.
There we go.
Ivan, that's JR's exercise for the year.
Oh.
Matt, JR, are you still with us? Josh, JR just ate it. Kevin, he's fallen and he can't get up.
Oh, I swear, you people, you are
Matthew, JR just shaved a day off his life.
a day,
A day.
a day.
more than that.
Bernardo, poor
He was
Spencer.
working the core. The last time he did that was like 1975.
Hornacek says, Spencer, come help your father off the floor.
Clover says Brad's gonna have to cover his medical bills. Let's see. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. One of them I read. What happens if Mrs. Fettinger walks in on JR doing a Spider-Man
I read
push-up?
that one.
Okay. Final thoughts, Zach. Final thoughts.
Jesus. Yeah, well, I can't even right now. I mean, first of all, the fact that I was mocking that story.
It was one of the funniest things we've ever done.
Yeah, JR just effing leaned into it. It was like, screw it. It don't have nothing to do with Spider-Man, but I'm going to make it funny.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's why JR gets those, man.
And JR, because of that, we're going to get more simultaneous bullshit.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you need to suck more, JR. Those
Suck it, JR.
suck
You need
it,
to go
JR.
like that. You need to do more fun sucking. Yeah.
Mike, final thoughts, Mike.
After that, I'm not sure what I could say. I suddenly have the sudden urge to go exercise now.
Gotta get that Spider-Man push-up. in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might as well.
physical.
Let's get
All right,
Hmm.
Ashley, final thoughts.
We got the full range of emotions with this episode.
Yep.
We
We
laughed.
started with video games and we ended with
And we go to old people being taken advantage of.
We're like doing a public service announcement.
what's weird is I thought JR was bringing up a prop, but it was just his body.
It's the problem.
Well, here's the thing. I wonder now if we actually did take advantage of an old person for the community humor.
Somebody get a blood sample from JR so we
He's,
can sell.
he's self-exploited.
Oh my God! Final thoughts, George.
Hot water burn, baby. Hot water burn, baby. Hot water burn, baby.
Pornisec says JR, the hunk of the crawl space. Enigma, JR, you sir are a legend. Action Gamer, JR is the face of the podcast tonight. Josh,
I've-
seriously, you better not leave after issue 800, JR. All right. JR, you and your spider push-up get the final word on this episode.
Hey, oh yeah, we got Ashley. Never mind. I thought we did.
Oh, well, in the words of the great Toby Maguire, my back.
Oh my God.
Well done.
Matthew Strange on YouTube says I'd pay good money for a JR blood sample right about now.
Oh, God.
Oh, all right. That is a wrap on this episode, YouTubers. We've got one more episode to do where we're answering your message board questions.
Here come the tissues out again for a second, folks.
Oh yeah, get your tissues ready. This was a crying one. All right. Group, we will be back in 10 minutes. Watch YouTube for the link, and also it'll be on the front page.
All right.
All right. We'll be back in 10, people.
All right.
Subscribe to the YouTube page.
Yep. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Bye.
Yep.